Good morning, fifth graders. This video is going to be a key to help you check the ERQ questions that we had in week 4 and week 5. Now, your questions start with this page. We had already completed number 3 and number 4. And then as part of one of your previous videos, we had deconstructed question 5. So at this point, if you haven't answered your ERQ questions that are due today, you need to stop the video. No cheater pumpkin eaters. But if you have finished them, you can go ahead and play, and we're going to check. Now, we're going to write our DWB and solve them, but I'm not going to write them out. So it's still up to you to write out the 1, 2, or 3 sentences it takes to answer the problem, and then count your words and look for your vocabulary like we do on all of our ERQs. So remember our rubric. We need a DWB, we need to see the math, and then we need our sentences, and they need to have 15 or more words and use of vocabulary. That was what our rubric had for it. All right, so here we're going to go, and hopefully, like I said, you're just checking these. So Londa earns $6 an hour for babysitting. Oh, and our standard here, I know we talk about it all the time, but the standard here is I can solve real-world multi-step word problems using operations. And all these operations are involving decimals, multiplication, division, pretty much the whole gamut of everything. It's kind of a spiral review of all the stuff we've done. All right, here we go. $6 an hour for babysitting, and she babysits 9 hours each week. At this rate, how many weeks will it take her to earn 300? So how would I find out how much money she makes a week? Well, I have 9 groups of $6. 9 times 6 equals 54. And it's a word problem. So my word here is dollars. So she makes $54 a week, but I need to know how long it will take her to get up to 300. So how could I solve that? Well, I'm splitting my 300 into equal groups of 54, but I could also just count up. I know most of us like to count on. So we have week 1 and week 2. 4 plus 4 is 5 plus 5 is. I'm only up to 108, not up to 300 yet. 8 plus 4 is. 5 plus 1 is. 1 plus 0 is. Still not up to 300. Oops. 4 plus 2 is. 6 plus 5 is. 1 plus 1 is. Still not up to 300. 6 plus 4 is. 5 plus 2 is. 2 plus 0 is. Still not quite there. 4 plus 0 is. 7 plus 5 is. 2 plus 1 is. All right, so I finally got up to 300. In fact, I went a little bit over. But how many weeks did it take to solve it? So first off, we know that we earned $54 a week. And then now we need to solve our actual answer. All right, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and week 6. Okay, if for some reason you haven't already written out your sentences, go ahead and pause and write your sentences out here. I use up the whole space, so remember when you're solving these, you can either do it on the side or save room for your writing. All right, number 6. Yusuf walked 20 miles last week. He walked 3.6 miles on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. He walked 2.25 miles on Monday, Saturday, and Sunday. But how far did he walk on Wednesday? so let's look at our question. Determine how far he walked on Wednesday. Identify the number sentence or sentences you used to solve the problem. So I need to see the number sentence you used. Okay, so we're going to write our verbs. Determine, D-W-B. Determine what? How far he walked on Wednesday. Under a bullet. Identify the number sentence. Under a bullet. All right, again, if for some reason you're working these with me, it's now your time to stop the tape, solve the problem, and then check your answer with mine. If you've already solved it, you can just check it with me. All right, so we have Monday, Saturday, and Sunday. We also have Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Now, notice what I'm doing here. What did I do? Hopefully you said, line up the decimals. All right, and if these bother you, you just add in your zeros. This was from our quarter 2, adding and subtracting decimal numbers. 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. 6 times 3 is plus 1 more 6, plus 1, 25. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And how do I find the decimal? Just bring it down. All right, so this is the amount that he walked Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we know he walked 20 miles total. So how would I find out the amount for Wednesday? All right, so we need 20 minus 17.55. That's going to be our Wednesday amount. All right, we have a problem though, because we know that the first rule of adding and subtracting decimals is line up your decimals. So where's the decimal hiding? Behind the number, just like you would hide behind a tree in hide and go seek. So we're going to line up our decimals, make sure they're right on top of each other. And we're subtracting. Now, if this bothers you, what are you going to do? Add a 0. All right, so look how many skills we're using. We used understanding that the problem is a multi-step word problem. We need to add and subtract, so that's one skill. Then we had to know how to add decimals by lining them up. We had to know how to subtract decimals from whole numbers. Now we have to look at how to borrow if we have zeros. This is actually a 4th grade standard. We're just adding in the component with the decimals. So we're going to borrow from the 2 and give it to its neighbor. We're going to borrow from the 10 and give it to its neighbor. We're going to borrow from the 10 and give it to its neighbor. All right, now we can subtract. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. 9 minus 7 is 2. How do we find the decimal? We just bring it down. So this is the amount on Wednesday. But it also said a number sentence. Well, either one of these number sentences would work. You also need to write, so you could say that you added 2.25 3 times, and 3.63 times. Then you subtracted this from this. That's going to be your answer over here. All right. Again, if you haven't already written out, this one's probably going to take 3 sentences, I would think. One for your answer, one for your number sentence, and one for your number sentence. If you haven't already written your sentences, please stop the tape and answer your question. All right, number 7, Kasiki. I'm not going to worry about these